I don't know what it is that lets us forget about some dishes that we like to make and our families love. But that's what happened. I woke up this morning thinking about a tamale pie that I used to make, and I know I haven't made it in over 20 years. And I don't know why we call it tamale pie. Could be because that's what the person called it that gave me the recipe. No idea. So I mentioned to my husband what I was thinking about making. And he said, "Oh, great, Jude, we haven't had that in a long time. I hope you make a big one." So my thoughts went from 1 pound to 2 pounds. Because I'm doing 2 pounds, I chopped up 1 pretty large sweet onion, minced 2 cloves of garlic, and I always put green pepper in it, but I didn't have a whole green pepper. I had a little yellow, a little red, and a little green. So I just chopped all those up and stuck it in it. They're nicely browned. To my pot, I'm going to add a can of petite cut, no salt added tomatoes, 1 can of Rotel Original, no salt added, diced tomatoes and green chilies. Chili powder from the store has 240 milligrams of sodium for 1 tablespoon. I have a blend that I made that so far has worked in everything I've tried it in. Has less than 5 milligrams for a tablespoon. I'm going to put some of this in. 2 cups of corn, frozen corn. Now let that simmer and do a taste test. Sometimes, because our tomatoes don't have salt, you get a real sharp tomato taste. If I want to lessen that, I'll put 1 teaspoon of cocoa in it. Stir it up, let it simmer, and taste it. If it needs more, I'll do that. Stir it up and taste it. And when the meat is perfect, I'll add about a 1/4 cup of yellow cornmeal to it. Stir it up, and I think I'm cooking it in a 9 by 13 inch pan. I don't know, it looks like a lot in my pot. We just got to see what fits. And then we'll put the cornbread topping on top of it, bake it, and we're going to have what we call tamale pie. My recipe requires 1 1/2 cups of water with 2 packages of Herb Ox sodium-free beef bouillon. That went in. I added 1 teaspoon of cocoa. Put the corn in of my chili powder blend. And I have some olives that need to go in there. If I remember right, tamale pie's got to have some olives. Mario has got a low sodium, not no sodium. 5 olives has 40. I took 10 and cut them in quarters, kind of spread it around a little bit. So I'm going to put my mixture in this pan. See if it fits. It fit. I put the olives in it. When you cut the olives up, it looks like I got a lot more. And that's a good trick. The cornbread is on the top of it, and it's in the oven. When you make your cornbread, it calls for baking powder. 1 teaspoon of store-bought baking powder has 520 milligrams of sodium. Hain Featherweight, available at healthyheartmarket.com, has 0 sodium. Its shelf life is not as long as you may like it, so I called the company and they said keep it in the freezer. I've had this for well over a year and it is working fine. They also have a baking soda that's 0 sodium that works just like the regular baking soda does. While you're there, check out, they've got 5 or 6 pages of low sodium goodies for you to look at. My dinner's almost done. I moved my camera so you could see the finished product. My husband is getting ready to come in here and get some of this.